for a long time, sitting, doing his work, normal, writing something. Suddenly he has the angina. So this is the angina occurring at rest. And it is due to spasm of the coronary artery. It is due to spasm of the coronary artery. So etiology is not clear why it happens.
No,
we don't know. Yeah. We don't know why it happens, but it can happen in a normal vessel also, or in a atherosclerotic vessel also. So we don't know about the exact cause, but the person will respond to nitroglycerin or calcium channel blockers. So if you give nitroglycerin or calcium channel, the pain will be gone. Yeah, because the pain, you have to treat the pain. Otherwise, the patient will die because of this thing, anxiety, what is happening to my heart. You got it?
It is sudden for one time, or you mean recurrent?
It can be recurrent also. It can be recurrent. So it is angina occurring at rest due to spasm of the coronary arteries. Etiology is not clear and it responds to nitroglycerin and the calcium channel blockers. Can occur in a normal vessel, can occur in a atherosclerotic.
Doctor? Doctor, the stable and unstable angina, the pain cycle involvement, same.
Main site of involvement depends upon which coronary artery is affected. And you should know about the common coronary
artery disease.
Yeah, which coronary artery?
Right.
So it depends upon the distribution of that coronary artery. Which part of the heart it supplies. You got it? So symptoms will be according to that.
Doctor, the presbytal angina is same character, the pain, same character of the...
Character is same. Character is same. Because it is supplying the heart, so the heart pain will be like substernal, going to the jaw, going to the left arm. The distribution is same. Left shoulder like this. It is same in all.
Doctor, what's the cause of this pain?
Why? Why the fix the...
This, you have to tell me why this is like
Same
this.
Referred
pain, you call it.
Yes.
You have the referral pains. You have the gallbladder pain referring to this shoulder. Huh? So this is due to the same nerve supply as he is.
Doctor, unstable angina is associated with leg disruption. What about typical or stable angina?
Typical or stable angina, 70% narrowing of the artery.
So there is no disruption?
No disruption. Here there is disruption or maybe more than 90% narrowing. Okay? Unstable, more than 90% narrowing or disruption of the plaque.
Okay.
Two things.
Doctor, terminate pain or comes and goes. Is it because of death of that area?
No, not death. This is only ischemia. Ischemia leading to pain. But once the ischemia is gone,
by lysis?
By lysis of the clot or whatever, there will be, the person will be feeling better.
Yes,
but death of the muscle tissue will not occur in this. Right? Because if there is death, we call it myocardial infarction.
Maybe this go to the myocardial infarction?
Yeah, especially this one. All of these will, leaving Prince metal aside, the stable will go into unstable, will go into myocardial infarction.
Yes.
You got it?
Yes.
If you do not take care of this. Huh? So you just have to take care of that. Once atherosclerosis is there, it will progress if you do not take care. It is 50%, it will become 70%, then 90%. Then there will be, thrombosis, there will be plaque disruption, and there will be infarction. So it is a progressive disease, unless and until you do not intervene.
Was it reversible, atherosclerosis?
Reversible depending upon at what stage it is there.
Without any acute plaque change?
If it is below 70%, it is reversible. Because at 70 or 90%, it becomes now fixed. It is fixed. Huh? Then you can do one thing, you can remove these plaques. Or you can, do a bypass, grafting.
Yes.
Grafting,
Yeah.
coronary artery bypass graft.
Yes.
Huh? You can do that. Remove these vessels and do a new graft. So you can have new, again pumping, seeing somebody and pumping more. You got my point? So now it is clear. Stable, unstable angina and Prince metal.
Yes.
Still smiling. Now we will talk. There was ischemia, please. There was ischemia till now. Now there is myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction means death of the heart muscle or necrosis of the muscle due to complete blockage of the blood supply. Okay? So Major underlying cause again is the atherosclerosis of the coronary arteries. Atherosclerosis of the coronary arteries. And regarding, men are affected more than the women, okay? Because estrogen have a good effect. They save it. But after menopause, there is no estrogen.
Same.
So
They will be like us.
it will be same. They will be like you. So males, females increase the same incidence after menopause. Blacks and whites equally affected. Hmm? It can occur at any age, but the frequency increases with the age. As the person grows towards older age, there is more chances of having myocardial infarction. Clear? This is easy. Important. MCQs can also come from this. There are some major modifiable factors. There are some non-modifiable. What are non-modifiable? Age, you cannot change the age. Sex, or sex or gender. It's better to call not sex, gender. Why? In between people are also there, LGBTs. So nowadays we don't use the sex, male or female, we use the gender. So gender you cannot change, ethnicity, race you cannot change, then hereditary family history you cannot change this. So these are called non-modifiable risk factors. You cannot modify them. But there are some factors which you can modify. These are called major modifiable risk factors like hypertension, like diabetes, like obesity, tobacco smoking, sedentary lifestyle, okay? Physical inactivity, unhealthy diets, all you can change. So if you can change these, there are chances the person will improve. Although he is having atherosclerosis, but he will be saved from the myocardial infarction. And there are some modifiable risk factors, others like low socioeconomic status, alcohol use, mental ill health, socio-cycle stress, use of certain medication, and left ventricular hypertrophy. You will say low socioeconomic status. Why?
Low socioeconomic, atherogenic diet.
Yes.
No, not. High socioeconomic status will have atherogenic diet. But what about low? They are malnourished. So the immune system, the other system will be very down. So this can also precipitate the myocardial infarction. So it has a different cause. But,
Because of hygiene,
low socioeconomic status. He will not have proper nutrition. So there will be malnourishment. So malnourishment will lead to more infections. Everything will be more. So inflammation can be more.
What about alcohol?
Can I say major?
Status of alcohol.
This is low socioeconomic status, alcohol use. Alcohol use will also have a detrimental effect on this. So alcohol use have to be avoided.
Can it be major as smoking? Major.
Yeah, smoking, we keep all these under major. But here under, because smoking has a definite role. You have to understand this. The role, where the role is not definite, we call it minor modifier factor. Major modifier, we know the role is definite because smoking has a direct role in injuring the endothelium and causing, hypercoagulability of the blood and many things are there. So you can, is it clear? Yes. Non-modifiable and the modifiable factors. So this is the coronary artery here. There is plaque formation and it will result in necrosis of the heart muscle supplied by the coronary artery. Okay, there was a block here. This muscle was being supplied, so this area undergoes no infarction. Death of the heart muscle. Now this is very clear. The pathogenesis, myocardial infarction. First one is there will be occlusion of the coronary artery. So atherosclerotic plaque is growing. It is growing. Suddenly there was some acute stress. The person got into some emotional stress. The blood pressure has risen. It breaks the plaque. Now what happens? Breakage of the plaque, disruption of the plaque by hemorrhage or mechanical forces will lead to exposing the subendothelial collagen. And necrotic plaque contents inside. They are exposed to the blood. So platelets will get activated. Platelets come, they attach to the site. Platelet plug formation. They get activated and they release the contents, the platelet granules. What does these granules contain? They contain thromboxane A2. They contain the ADP. They contain the serotonin. And these things can cause vasospasm. Once vasospasm is there, no, the blood starts forming the clot also. So there is activation of the extrinsic pathway of coagulation. So the thrombus is formed and it increases in size and occludes the capillary coronary lumen completely. So this is coronary artery occlusion. So at this time, the atherosclerotic plaque has ruptured, ultimately causing the formation of the thrombus, which has completely occluded the lumen. This is the first step. Now will come the second step. Yes.
So why there is activation to the external pathway on
So you tell me.
there is tissue factor and also there is collagen exposure. So
Yeah.
why the intrinsic not involved?
No, the thing is, you tell me first. We will see.
First we have the collagen exposure, then we have the tissue factor.
Uh-huh.
So each one will act in different one, in intrinsic and the other one.
You think there is tissue injury here or not?
Yes. Yes.
Tissue injury is there. Once the tissue injury is there, what is released? From the blasting or the tissue factor.
Yes.
So it will lead to the formation of
Extrinsic fluid.
huh? Extrinsic.
Yes.
Extrinsic. So this one. Huh?
Yes.
So there will be both, but I have written extrinsic. But once the necrotic plaque contents are there,
Yeah.
plaque contents, they are in the wall. So some tissue factor will also be released. You got it? Some tissue factor, some tissue damage will be there.
So it could be both.
Yeah, it is both. Yes.
Can we see fragments, doctor?
Which fragment?
Fragments out of the exposure after.
Yeah, it will
after
be
the
there.
exposure.
Yeah,
Will
once
the blood
subendothelial
clot
collagen gets exposed, the tissue gets exposed, so there will be formation of the
the
tissue factor.
fragments, doctor, after, for example, high blood pressure
Uh-huh.
and rupture the ruptured part will be a fragment and block the artery.
It can. But the more chances are thrombus is formed, then the thrombus breaks and forms an emboli later on in a in a succeeding vessel. You got it? There is a thrombus, the pressure is increasing. It breaks the thrombus and it goes and forms an emboli in the coronary artery. It completely occludes the lumen there. Either the thrombus will, but you are talking about the contents of the plaque. They break away and cause.
Fragments leave and block the
More chances of the thrombus blocking the artery or the emboli rather than the plaque contents, because they are not that much. There is only exposure to the blood. Their quantity is not that much that they will block the completely the artery. It is the property of the thrombus or of the embolus which can block the artery. So here it is clear. No, the coronary artery lumen is occluded. What will happen afterwards? Ischemia.
Infarction.
How it happens? Tell me.
exercise.
No. It is not the lumen is blocked. No, you don't need the exercise
The
also.
blood cannot pass.
Huh?
The blood cannot pass.
heart enzymes will produce successful electrolysis.
Decreased blood supply will no, the blood supply has stopped. What will happen to that muscle?
No oxygen.
Yeah, good. No oxygen. So aerobic glycolysis will cease,
Yes.
will stop. What will happen?
Anaerobic stop.
Lactic acid will increase.
Because the brain.
ATP will decrease.
Yes.
So when the lactic acid has increased, there is no ATP. So trackability of the muscle will be lost. So first of all, there will be reversible injury. So muscle is waiting. Maybe something happens, I can survive. Up to 30 minutes it can wait. After 30 minutes it will be irreversible. No, it cannot wait, it will die. Yeah, good. So here is the crux, this flow chart. Coronary artery obstruction because of the thrombus. It blocks the myocardial blood supply. The aerobic glycolysis stops. Decreased ATP, increased lactic acid, loss of the contractility results in reversible injury. First, like mitochondrial, cell swelling, mitochondrial swelling. Followed by 30 minutes, it will be irreversible injury, death of the myocyte and coagulation necrosis. And later on, there will be more microvascular injury. So this is how the myocardial infarction progresses. Two stages are there: coronary artery occlusion, followed by myocardial response to ischemia, which ultimately results in irreversible injury of the or coagulation necrosis of the heart. Now what happens? This is very important to understand. This is endocardium, this is pericardium.
Yes.
The blood supply starts from outside. You got it? From the pericardium, outside. No, this area is far away from the blood supply.
Okay.
So whatever will happen, it will start from this area because it is far. Blood vessel is here.
Yes.
It is here. So this will undergo necrosis first, this area. So this is called subendocardial necrosis.
Yes.
Hmm? So if there is 1/3 of the necrosis and the clot gets lysed, it will remain like this. But if the clot is not lysed, what will happen? This will progress. Within 3 to 6 hours, whole heart muscle will be gone. Transmural infarction. You got it?
Yes.
This is how it happens. First of all, subendocardial. Hmm? Below the endocardium, here. Endocardium, below the endocardium. But if no intervention by the doctor, no intervention by the body, no fibrinolysis, what will happen? This will progress and will involve the whole heart wall. This is called transmural infarction. So subendocardial infarct is in the subendocardial zone because it is far away from the coronary artery. This is the last area to receive the blood. And transmural, within 3 to 6 hours, the whole heart wall gets involved. No, important thing is, can you see this area?
Yes.
Irreversible. No.
No.
Here no injury has occurred. Why?
No difference.
Because it is.
Because they have
Perfusion.
They
Perfusion
have
from the liver.
another blood supply.
No.
كان دكتور
كلها شو اسمه؟
No, nothing like this. It is very, absurd type. Look, what lies here in this cavity?
Chamber.
Blood. So it receives some of the nutrition directly from the blood, this area. From the blood in the heart itself. So it survives. A small strip of endocardium. Huh? Here will survive because of direct supply from the heart. So is it clear?
This is the first step in the last part. Reversible myocardial.
So this is, irreversible. It is progressive.
This is reversible 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then this in 6 hours it will be.
Yeah. It will be complete transmural infarction. No, it's up to you whether you want to continue or you want to continue it with the lab. You can do it with the lab also. It's up to you.
Doctor,
Because the fact is, if I stop you from asking the questions, what happens? You can put the questions at the end. But the thing is that, some of the students will lose the interest, and you will, lose the questions in your mind. So that's why I do not stop you in between also. But that wastes a little of time. No, it's up to you because I was not that fast. Know what you want. Keep it with the lab or here you want to complete something.
Doctor, we don't have 2 hours. We don't have anything.
Now
We are free to
you are free. So everybody agrees. We finish it.
Take the rest of the
Oh no! Who told you this? I am telling you the thing which is remaining. I can take it later on.
Okay.
When is the lab?
Take 1 hour.
No, today 1 o'clock.
No. Lab is today.
Yes, today at 1.
Dr. Abdullah is going to
Dr.
take.
Abdullah, no.
Let me see my tabiz. Location, size and the morphological features of an infarct depend upon what? What is the location? It depends upon which coronary artery is involved. What is the size? It depends upon the time. How much time it has taken to block the coronary. If it is slow, the size will be less.
Yes.
But if it is fast, the size will be more. So it depends upon the size and distribution of the involved vessel. Which coronary artery, what is the size of that? If it is supplying a small area, you will find a small infarct. If it is supplying a big area, big infarct.
Yes.
Metabolic demands. What are the demands of the myocardium? If already there is left ventricular hypertrophy, the demands are more. So there is more infarction. Extent of the collateral supply. If it develops slowly, the supply will be good. So infarct will be smaller in size. If no collateral supply, big infarcts will be there. Then rate of development and duration of the occlusion. How much fast the occlusion develops and how much is the duration. What are the most common sites now? Very good. So left anterior descending is the most common artery. MCQ point of view, very important. So proximal part of the left anterior descending artery is the most common part where the occlusion of the coronary artery is bound to occur in 40 to 50% of the MI, and proximal right coronary artery occlusion in 30 to 40, second most common, and proximal left circumflex artery in 15 to 20%. Okay. The first is left anterior descending, second is right coronary artery, third is left circumflex artery. These are the three arteries, okay, most common. But it can happen in any branch, any secondary branch, any tertiary branch of the coronary artery. And you know, left coronary artery gives rise to two arteries, left anterior descending and left circumflex. Sometimes the main artery, the left main coronary artery can get blocked. It is very occasional, but it is very, very dangerous. It is fatal most of the time. The person will die. So this occlusion is also known as widowmaker. You know widow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sign على الأمام.
So the other person becomes widow. So maybe you know the wife dies or husband dies, so widows. It will create. So that is why this is known as widowmaker, because most of the time it will lead to death of the one of the persons. So this is the pattern of infarction. Then we have three types of main infarction. Transmural, you know, involving the whole wall. Okay, so involve the full thickness of the ventricle and caused by epicardial vessel inclusion. Major vessel inclusion. You know, left circumflex, left anterior descending. So what happens? Atherosclerosis with thrombosis. This will lead to infarction. The usual phenomena. Here you will find changes in the ECG. What are the changes? There will be ST elevation, ST segment, you know, ST, PQRS. We have waves.
Still we didn't.
Yeah, you can read it from there. ST elevation, negative Q waves with loss of the R wave amplitude. And also these infarctions are known as ST elevated MIs, STEMIs. In it you will find ST segment elevation. That is why transmural infarctions are also known as STEMIs or ST elevated MIs. Subendocardial infarction, only 1/3 of the myocardium is involved from the endocardial side. Okay, it occurs in severe coronary artery disease whenever there is, you know, imbalance between the demand. Severe disease should be there. It should be severe. It should be severe, like decreases in oxygen supply as we have discussed, and increases in the oxygen demand by the heart. But it should be severe more than 90% of the narrowing. Then it will be subendocardial infarction. And sometimes occlusive thrombus, it lyses. It will also lead to, instead of leading to transmural, it will lead to subendocardial. Thrombus forms and lyses before the full thickness infarction. But in this infarction, you will not find the ST segment changes or the Q wave changes. Clear?
Yes.
You will not find these changes. Then there are some microscopic, this is very important, microscopic infarcts, very small infarcts in the heart. How do they occur? They can occur when very small vessels are involved. Small vessels are involved, okay? Small vessel occlusions. Why? Due to vasculitis, inflammation of the vessels. You have many reasons for that. Vaginal xanomatosis and many things. Inflammatory vessel disease. Emboli. You know, a thrombus is formed somewhere and small emboli blocks a small vessel. So emboli or vessel spasm. This is important. Vessel spasm. Sometimes small vessels can undergo spasm due to elevated catecholamines. Catecholamines inside the body. How? Endogenous. There is a tumor like pheochromocytoma which secretes the catecholamines, or there is extreme level of stress. So try to reduce your stress levels. Reduce them. And sometimes the people taking cocaine, they can also have this. So this is the exogenous source of catecholamine. Small infarcts. And he is, you know, I am good. So cocaine can also lead to microscopic infarcts. And these infarcts, the microscopic, will not show any diagnostic ECG changes. So transmural infarction, subendocardial, and microscopic infarcts. So inshallah, rest of the thing we will study tomorrow in the morning.